Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to talk about Hytale again, and I'm actually revisiting a topic for once. So there's this one video of mine, you might have heard of it, and it was called How Much Should Hytale Cost? And I had some opinions back then that were not the most well received, if I had to put it in the most mundane terms. So anyway, I discovered that it's not obvious whether or not Hytale should be free-to-play or paid. So today, I'm going to make this video to describe the ups and downs of both options. Although, I am starting to lean the other direction, although that is because, this is usually how decision-making works, is that if it's really close, you think one way, you think another way, and then you switch like 100 times, and anyway. At this point, it could go either way. So, let's get started. So, to start off, I'm going to talk about free-to-play. So, let's imagine for a second that Hytale is free-to-play. That is not confirmed, but we are just going to make that assumption for the first half of this video. So, what are the benefits of being free-to-play? Well, for one thing, the reach of the game would be vastly improved. As you guys already would know if you look at the website, Hytale is only supposed to be releasing for Mac and PC on launch, with most likely console and mobile editions coming in the future. But for launch, there's only going to be those two platforms. Now, there's a lot of people that play on PC and Mac, but there's a lot that don't, and a lot that don't have the money to not only get a PC or a Mac, but also don't have the money for the game. And let's say there are some kids that have access to a PC but don't have access to enough money to buy the game. They would be able to play. Therefore, the reach of the game would be vastly increased. Not to mention the game also has a teen rating, which decreases the available players by even more. Now, I understand it's 2019 and parents are a lot more lenient than they used to with age ratings. I was playing Call of Duty at like friggin' 8 years old, so but not all families are like that. There's gonna be the families that stick to the age rating, so games like Hytale would not be available for those kids. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that already on launch, there's going to be a very limited audience for PC and Mac users only, and by making the game paid, that reach would be limited even more. Another reason the game could be free to play is that Hytale could make a lot of money doing this, obviously. Of course, they gotta do it right. They want to be in good standing with their community, as they always have been. And guys, even if the game does release as free-to-play, we have to remember, these are the guys that brought us Hypixel, the Minecraft server. The one that, the one that's basically carrying Minecraft multiplayer right now. So, we can't just say that they're going to ruin the game by making it free-to-play. There's definitely, if they are going to make it free to play, it's probably going to be one of the best implementations of free to play that's out there. And a good example of that would be that, of course, everything would be cosmetic. There would be no such thing as pay to win. They would never do that. If they were to do microtransactions in the game, of course, it would have to be some sort of aesthetic thing. I'm not saying it would have to be cosmetics for the characters themselves, but maybe it could be having a colored name or a special tag in the chat, just like on the server. Pay to play. So to start off with, personally, I actually enjoy this model a lot more. I'm not some sort of psychopath that would enjoy paying $200 for a game that was originally free. No, I would much rather spend $30 on the game and then own it for life and not have to buy anything ever again. I like that model. I enjoy that model. But I, as a YouTube content creator, fear for this game's popularity and therefore the popularity of said content that I produce. I have a large stake in what happens with Hytale. My success on YouTube, based on, the current trend of my channel actually blowing up for once, for the first time in 8 years, the assumption here is that Hytale is the thing that could finally carry me to a status on YouTube that is suitable for me. And that sounds extremely selfish, but hear me out. I want the best for this game for that reason partly, but also because I'd want to play the game and have fun. As you guys can see in the background, I'm playing Bed Wars. That is like the only version of Minecraft that I have like a crazy amount of fun playing. I mean, Survival Island is up there, but it gets old, you know, the survival thing. And just Minecraft in general, it's stale. The new updates are trying really hard. If you looked at the most recent snapshot, they just put a freaking composter in the game. They're basically copying the mods now, which they should have been doing for freaking years, but now they're finally doing it because they're probably scared of Hytale. Anyway, I have a good reason to want this game to succeed because of the potential success it could bring my channel. And of course, it would introduce a new game into my life that I really enjoy. I'm not saying things for the sake of saying things here is what I'm basically trying to say. Because, anyway, as much as I personally would love a pay-to-play game, I'm just scared of the reach the game will have. Because if the game is only PC and Mac, then, you know, if it's paid as well, then that's going to be a very tiny audience compared to if it was on, like, every console imaginable and was free. Making YouTube videos would be the most relatable thing possible about this game, and it would get crazy views, would promote the game even more, and then more people would play, and more people would get the microtransactions, and like the game, the YouTubers, the players, everybody would be happy. Those are the strongest cases I have for free to play. There's only 2 of them in this video. I bet there's a whole bunch of other reasons why it would be a good idea, but I'm going to stick with that so far for this video. If any other good points come up, I'll leave them in the comments, because this is definitely the last time I'm going to be talking about the price of Hytale in a video. I mean, 2 is already too much. The first video was received kind of poorly, so I wanted to correct myself. Okay, so now time to make the case for pay-to-play. As I said, I prefer this system personally, just not on the YouTube thing. So the first thing is that the game being pay-to-play is probably the most effective solution for the hacker problem. Now, I know the game hasn't come out yet, and I've been criticized before for speculating that there's going to be hackers, but there will. Alright? This is a cybersecurity problem. Yes, I know that Hytale said that, you know, that Hypixel said that they're going to make the game unmoddable on the client, but that doesn't mean that people still can't find a way in and do it anyway. They even admitted this in the most recent blog post, that there will be hackers, no matter what people do. The game being pay to play would make the hacker problem a lot less severe, because let's say somebody finds a way to b-hop in Hytale, so they're able to change their velocity, they fly around players, they lock onto them and spam click, and then the player just dies instantaneously, and then they get caught by the anti-cheat and they get banned. If the game was free, they could just activate their VPN and change their IP address so that Hytale doesn't know that they're the same person anymore, and then they can log back in on a new account and hack some more, and then get banned again, but then they can just keep doing it infinitely and causing more and more damage to the, they could do more and more damage to the online community for the game. If there was a paywall, in order to create a new account, you would have to pay money, which doing this for any amount of time would not be reasonable at all, especially if the game was something like $30 or more. To a hacker, it's not worth $120 to hack on 4 accounts and then get banned immediately. It's just not. On to the next point. So, microtransactions, for me and a lot of other players, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You know, because of the actions of really money-hungry companies like EA, everybody's hating on microtransactions now. Like, everybody. People are starting to realize that it's ridiculous that they're paying $140 for a version of Call of Duty that will be outdated in a year. It's basically a subscription to a gun game that is well beyond its prime and is just trying to keep its popularity a little bit longer. And it's sad. You know, it's really unfortunate that people have to pay that much money for something that honestly would have just been way better if they took, say, Black Ops 2 and they updated it up until this day. Like, if there were only, like, maybe 4 versions of Call of Duty that were still active, that would be great. Just imagine Modern Warfare 2 continuously being updated up until 2019, it would probably be one of the most popular games that there are, even now. So yeah, microtransactions just leave a bad taste in, it's just not good. Even if you're only doing aesthetic things, microtransactions are still going to get people shaking their heads. And the only way to really prevent that is just to not have any sort of microtransactions, even if they don't provide anything other than just basically a donation to the developers. And I guess the final point to make is that the game's not doomed to fail if there's a paywall. Minecraft is the second most purchased game of all time, only second to Tetris. And it easily trumps like every single game that you can imagine in sales. Like, it is unreal. And the game was $30. Because of the constant updates, the amazing support by YouTubers. YouTube carried Minecraft back in the day. Because people saw it was a way to get views. And then, like, literally by the tens of thousands, people made Minecraft Let's Play channels and just promoted the game even more. And the game was a massive success. So Hytale could easily follow in the footsteps of Minecraft, but it has to remember how Minecraft did it, in the sense that it can't be PC and Mac forever. I do think that a console and mobile edition is something that they should look into in the near future. I'm not saying like month one. I'm saying probably more along the lines of 6 months to a year down the line, they should consider an Xbox edition, a PlayStation edition, maybe even a mobile edition. Because if you look at the stats, most of the people that play Minecraft aren't even playing on computers anymore. They are on consoles and mobile, which I personally think is kind of sad, because the best version is the Java edition, in my opinion. But anyway, that is it for this video, guys. I'm going to leave a poll in the top right-hand corner. What do you think? Now, with all of these points, which do you think Hypixel should do? Should they go for free-to-play or paid? Now, try to determine this from the perspective of the game's success. Would it be better for the game if it was one way or the other? Leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to join the Hytale discussion, then make sure to join my Discord channel, the ThirtyVirus botnet. On there, we talk about all sorts of things, including, of course, Hytale. We have a Hytale discussions chat, but we also have a bunch of chats just for general life stuff. It's basically the hangout for all my subscribers. It's a pretty neat place to be. Well, anyway, that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.